What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, Talk Reviews, episode 158, the college weekly news. On today's episode, we're going to talk about Oklahoma Gymnastics because they dominated the finals once again. They got a new number one in the college softball rankings, and a legendary college football face is retiring from media. But first, let's head into baseball. So we'll start this one in the world of baseball. We'll obviously start out with the notable results. We're starting on Tuesday. Number 14, Georgia Tech lost number 5, Georgia 5-2. Number 6, Oregon State beat number 10, UCLA 7-1. Little Rock upset number 11, Ole Miss 7-3. LMU upset number 13, Irvine 15-5. Number 18, Oklahoma smoked unranked Oklahoma State in 8 innings, 11-1. But what a great weekend for Oklahoma. A lot of blowout wins for the Sooners this week, so huge wins for them. Number 21, Coastal Carolina lost to Wake Forest 16-5, and Dallas Baptist beat number 25, TCU in 10 innings, 6-5. On Thursday, number 8, Auburn lost to number 1, Texas 3-2. Texas A&M beat number 2, Arkansas 7-4. Number 17, Louisville lost to number 3, Clemson 7-6. Number 5, Georgia lost number 19, Vanderbilt 3-1. Number 15, Alabama lost number 9, LSU 6-11. Number 11, Ole Miss lost to South Carolina 2-3. And number 22, Arizona lost to BYU 12-5. On Friday, number 8, Auburn lost number 1, Texas again 8-3. Texas A&M lost number 2, Arkansas 11-5, and played another game that same day, but got them in that one 9-2 win over the Razorbacks. Number 17, Louisville lost to number 3, Clemson 2-1. Number 5, Georgia lost to number 19 for Vanderbilt 13-7. Number 15, Alabama lost to number 9, LSU 4-3. Number 10, UCLA lost number 16, Oregon 2-1. Number 11, Ole Miss lost to South Carolina 7-2. Number 14, Georgia Tech lost to Miami 4-2. Georgia State beat number 23, Southern Miss 12-2. And number 25, TCU lost to UCF 5-1. On Saturday, Auburn, ranked 8th, lost again to number 1, Texas 14-2. Number 17, Louisville beat number 3, Clemson in 12 innings, 8-6. Kentucky beat number 4, Tennessee 4-1. Number 5, Georgia lost to number 19, Vanderbilt 5-2. Number 15, Alabama beat number 9, LSU 7-4. Number 10, UCLA beat number 16, Ole Miss 14-4. Number 12, North Carolina lost to Virginia Tech 10-6. Number 14, Georgia Tech lost to Miami 7-2. Louisiana Monroe beat number 12, Troy 7-3. And TCU, ranked 25th, lost again to UCF 4-2. On Sunday, only 3 matchups to talk about. Tennessee dropped the final game 8-2 against unranked Kentucky. Number 10, UCLA lost number 16, Oregon 10-6. And number 14, Georgia Tech lost to Miami 2-10. With that being said, here are the top 25 for this upcoming week. Texas State's put at 1. Clemson gets a plus 1-2. Oregon State gets a plus 3-3. Florida State gets a plus 3-4. Arkansas drops 3-5. Tennessee drops 2-6. LSU gets a plus 2-7. North Carolina gets a plus 4-8. Vanderbilt gets a plus 10-9. And Georgia drops 5-10. Auburn gets a loss of 3-11. UCI gets a plus 1-12. Oregon gets a plus 3-13. Oklahoma drops 4-14. UCLA drops 5-15. U of A gets a plus 6-16. West Virginia gets a plus 7-17. Alabama drops 3-18. Louisville drops 2-19. Troy and Coastal Carolina stay put at 20-21. Southern Miss gets a plus 1-22. Ole Miss drops 12-23. Georgia Tech drops 10-24. And North Carolina State goes from unranked to 25. The only team to drop out this week was the 25th ranked TCU Horned Frogs. Arizona State update of the weekend. 25-16 is the baseball team now. They lost the midweek to Purdue 6-8. Tough loss there. Went back home and won 2 out of 3 against Texas Tech, winning 10-4 and 9-8. That was on the road, on that game. They did lose that last game to get the sweep 12-8, but at that point, series is over. Big series win for the Devils. This week, they already had their midweek. It was an early midweek for the Sun Devils there. They had to face GCU, and they lost that one on the road 6-7. Seems like GCU Sports has Arizona State's number this year. Baseball, softball-wise, they definitely have their number. 6-7 loss there, close one. But the weekend series is against BYU. I expect Arizona State to sweep them this weekend. I don't think BYU's all that great. I think ASU Yeah, the midweeks have not been all that great all season long, but I think the series, when it comes down to weekend series, they've been pretty solid. So I think ASU pulls off at least 2, but I expect them to sweep this upcoming weekend against the Cougars. All right, let's head to softball now. We're looking at notable results. On Monday, number 2, Oklahoma lost to number 22, Alabama 2-1. And yes, Alabama is ranked 2. Then they move on to ranked 4th because rankings don't come out till Tuesday. Tuesday, number 12, South Carolina lost to number 19, Clemson in 9 innings, 2-1. Thursday, number 9, LSU lost to number 3, Texas 7-3. Number 17, Alabama beat number 7, Florida 7-4. Number 11, Virginia Tech lost to Pitt in 9 innings, 6-7. Number 14, Texas Tech lost to number 13, Arizona 2-1. And number 20, Ole Miss beat number 23, Georgia 20-11. On Friday, Texas A&M lost as the number 1 team in the nation to Missouri 9-1. Number 9, LSU beat number 3, Texas 6-1. Number 15, Mississippi State lost number 4, Oklahoma 4-0. Number 5, UCLA lost number 6, Oregon 3-1. Number 17, Alabama lost to number 7, Florida 4-12. And Virginia Tech, ranked 11th, played a doubleheader with Pitt. They smoked them in game 1, 21-0, but lost the next game 3-6. Number 14, Texas Tech beat number 13, Arizona in 5 innings, 10-1. Number 20, Ole Miss lost number 23, Georgia 6-4. Indiana beat number 21, Nebraska 6-2. Number 22, Oklahoma State lost to unranked UCF 12-6, and Sam Houston beat number 25, Liberty 3-1. On Saturday, LSU, ranked 9th, lost to number 3, Texas, 6-5. Number 5, UCLA beat number 6, Oregon in 6 innings, 8-0. Number 17, Alabama lost to number 7, Florida, 4-3. Number 14, Texas Tech beat number 13, Arizona, 5-2. Cal beat number 16, Stanford, 10-8 in the largest crowd in a softball game recorded in college history. 13,207 were attended that game. Notre Dame beat number 17, Duke 6-5. Boston College beat number 19, Clemson 5-2. And number 20, Ole Miss beat number 23, Georgia 5-3. On Sunday, we had a doubleheader between number 15, Mississippi State, and number 4, Oklahoma. Oklahoma taking both of those games 6-5 and 9-6. The last one, number 5, UCLA got smoked 9-0 by number 6, Oregon. That was in 5 innings. With that being said, here's the top 25 for this upcoming week. Tennessee is the new number 1 in college softball. They go up 1-1. Texas A&M drops 1-2. Texas and Oklahoma stay put at 3 and 4. Oregon gets a +1 to 5. Florida gets a +1 to 6. Florida State gets a +1 to 7. UCLA drops 3 to 8. Arkansas and LSU swap places. Arkansas at 9, LSU at 10. South Carolina gets a +1 to 11. Texas Tech gets a +2 to 12. Arizona stays put at 13. Virginia Tech drops 3 to 14. Alabama gets a +2 to 15. Stanford stays put at 16. Mississippi State drops 2 to 17. Duke drops 1 to 18. Clemson, Ole Miss, and Nebraska stay put at 19, 20, and 21. Ohio State gets a +2 to 22. Oklahoma State drops 1 to 23. Georgia drops 1 to 24. And GCU gets from unranked to 25. The team to drop out this week was Liberty in the 25 position. Other receiving votes, the top 5 were Virginia, Auburn, FAU, Washington, and Cal State Fullerton. Arizona State update of the weekend. They were 33-16. ASU looked really good this weekend against Baylor. Senior weekend. Unfortunately, they did lose the game on senior night or day, I guess, if you want to say that. But they did take 2 out of 3 against Baylor. They won 5-0 and 4-2. Did lose that last game in 6 innings, 12-3 to the Bears. They also lost the midweek to GCU 4-0. So they got to figure out how to beat GCU. Can't figure out why they keep losing to GCU. They're a better team all around, yet they can't seem to get the offense going against GCU. This upcoming series against Texas Tech on the road, it is the last series of the season for the Devils. All right, let's head to the cleanup now, where we're talking about women's gymnastics finals. Yes, gymnastics is coming into the news because we got the finals, and honestly, gymnastics is actually a very big sport when it comes to college sports, especially the women's side of it. Oklahoma was there, and they became the national champions over UCLA, Missouri, and Utah in that order. Those are the 4 schools competing for the national championship this year. That was in Fort Worth, Texas. Oklahoma, though, they got their 7th national title, in gymnastics. They're third in the last 4 years, all of them under KJ Kindler, who is their head coach. He's won 2014, 2016, 2017, 2019, 2022, 2023, and now 2025. I mean, that is an absolute that's a crazy run. I mean, I don't know what to say. 11 years, and you've won 7 of those national championships. I don't know if he's been to the national championship every single year. I'd figure probably at least 9 or 10 of those years. But regardless, that is an outstanding record. 7 national championships in 11 years for the Sooners here. Really tough look for anybody else. I mean, you look at UCLA, who's always a powerhouse. Utah is always a powerhouse. Missouri, I actually was very surprised to see in this one. Not one of those schools that you really see as a powerhouse gymnastics school, but they looked really good all season long as well. So congrats to all 4 of those making the finals, but even bigger shout out to Oklahoma for winning their 7th national title in 11 years. Also in the world of gymnastics, LSU's Livy Dunn, pretty much who sparked the whole watching gymnastics for a lot of young girls. She has signed out of gymnastics as a whole. She announced that her final competition was in that quarterfinals or semifinals against the Utah and UCLA schools who beat her out. So that is unfortunate news for any Livy Dunn gymnastics fans there, but she has announced she's hanging it up and she's moving on with her life. What that is, I don't know, but based off of how much money she makes and all the NIL deals and commercials and her popularity, I don't think it's going to be too much of a problem here for them. So I expect some pretty big news from Livy Dunn moving forward. I expect her to do something pretty big here. All right, moving out of gymnastics, Nico Iamaleava. This family has had a lot of ups and downs the last couple weeks. Nico is officially moving to UCLA, where his little brother, Madden Iamaleava, is also going to be going back to UCLA. His little brother, Madden, has decommitted, went to Arkansas this past semester in order to pretty much be the starting quarterback at Arkansas. He found out that, I don't know, I mean, maybe wasn't going to be the starter. Maybe he just wants to follow his brother. He packs it up, moves over to UCLA with Nico. So you got both Nico and Madden at UCLA next year for the Bruins. Personally, don't think that's all that great of a move. Doesn't really excite me. But let's get into like the real nitty gritty, the NIL money. Nico supposedly is going to be getting $1.8 million of NIL from UCLA, which seems like a lot of money compared to what he was making last year. Not even close. I mean, kind of close, but not really as close. He was making $2.2 million last year, was asking for $4 million from Tennessee this year. They said no. He moves to UCLA, gets a giant pay cut when it comes to what he was asking for to what he signed for. Plus, after all the taxes of California and things like that, $900K is what he's going to be getting back if 1.8 is exactly the number he got on his contract. So he's going to be taking home just about $900,000 into his bank account. So very big pay cut for Nico. Madden, I don't know exactly what he's making, if he's making much at all. I'd figure it's not nearly as much as what Nico's making, especially at UCLA, who's not really a big powerhouse when it comes to money making in UCLA football. It's not a very big combo. It's usually USC when you think about Southern California schools. They're definitely big in basketball, but football, I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure if Nico is really getting as much as he could from everywhere else. But we're hearing some news from Arkansas that it sounds like the NIL collective is not very happy. Supposedly they also want $200K back from the school because of Madden transferring out of Arkansas. Also, we're hearing news that there could be some sort of lawsuit between Arkansas and Madden and even the SEC and the brothers because of them breaking their deals with their schools. I don't know if this is all true. I don't know how far along they could go into this, but it's all allegations. It's all allegedly. It's all who said this, who said that kind of thing. I don't know what those deals are, but it is kind of circling, and it could be a topic that we bring up in the next couple of weeks. So we'll keep an eye out on that one. Staying in the college football news, huge announcement coming from ESPN. Lee Corso has announced that he is going to be retiring from the media side of everything, ESPN and College Game Day. The 90-year-old has been on College Game Day for 38 years and has been the face of college football for just as long, if not longer. He was a legendary head coach at, I believe, Indiana, Florida State. I think he was at the Naval Academy as well. There could have been some other stops there, but those are the three big ones that I can name off the top of my head. But Lee Corso has been pretty much the face of college football for as long as I can remember. I mean, even when I was born, you think of College Game Day, you think of Lee Corso, Kirk Herbstreit, Chris Fowler. I mean, you think of those three guys starting your Saturday mornings. It's the reason why I get up in the morning. From a very young age, I grew on this show. I love this show. I love college football, and waking up after a hard school week and waking up at 6 o'clock to watch College Game Day, just because I love the stories. I love the energy from Herbie. I love the energy from Corso, and I watch those 3 hours just mainly to watch the last 15 minutes. I mean, I love all the news. I love all the stories. I love all the players you get to learn about all leading up into those last 15 minutes, which is what everybody loves to watch, which are the game picks. They pick the big games of the week, and Corso puts out his legendary headgear pick. And that is just something that everybody looks forward to. Everybody expects him to come out with a theatrical thing, and he commits to it. He loves it, and it's what he's known for forever, is what I've honestly have seen when it comes to the love for Lee Corso. And it's gonna be weird watching College Game Day with not knowing we're not knowing that we're not gonna have a headgear pick anymore. Yeah, we have Pat McAfee, who brings the energy, brings the intensity on the picks, but just knowing that Coach Corso is not going to be there anymore for those legendary headgear picks is definitely going to be something else. I could see Pat McAfee being that kind of guy that everyone is watching because of him and the way he's going to do his picks. But not having Coach Corso is definitely going to be a tough one to adjust to. But honestly, a well-deserved career. He's 90 years old. I mean, he's doing great for 90 years old. Yeah, he slurs over words. He had some health problems, but he's 90 years old. I don't know many 90-year-old people that know this much about college football or just college sports in general, or sports, and has that strong of opinion, and an opinion that a lot of people will listen to. So Coach Corso, thank you so much for whatever you've done for the college football community. Thanks for doing everything you did in my life. It's pretty amazing and an awesome part of why I love college football so much. For Corso, though, headgear pick, legendary picks, he is 286 and 144 with his record on making headgear picks. Unreal statistics there. I mean, you would think it'd be a lot closer to maybe 500 or so. Really good numbers when it comes to his legendary headgear picks. The top 5 schools that he has picked, Ohio State is number 1. His first love, the Buckeyes, 45 times he's picked Ohio State. Alabama comes in 2 with 38, LSU with 3 at 25, Florida at 4 with 22, and Oregon, his second love, the Oregon Duck, picked 21 times. So thank you again, Coach Corso, on an awesome retirement. I hope you enjoy it very much. All right, games of the weekend. Not a lot to talk about because there's not a lot of college sports to wrap up here. We got the final series of college softball. Number 3, Texas versus number 4, Oklahoma. And for baseball, number 6, Tennessee versus number 7, LSU. All right, guys, that will do for this episode. Thank you guys for listening. A quick one. I appreciate you guys sticking around for this long. If you guys haven't already, go check out the other previous episodes. The last 2 episodes are all about the NHL and the playoffs and our predictions. Short, I think about 30-minute episodes, or a little bit less, a little bit more, around that 30-minute episode for the last 2 ones. So go check those out. Really awesome episodes. We appreciate George, Keenan, and Cedar for helping me out with those ones. But have an awesome rest of your weekend. Hope you guys enjoy some college sports and some other pro sports as well. Pro sport news will drop later this week, so keep an eye out on that. So hit that like, subscribe, that bell icon, so you guys are notified when the episode drops. So have an awesome rest of your week, and we'll see you guys later.